in regards to Germany, but we both know that they...
My name is Otilia Mupolo. I'll be the teacher.
My name is Thomas Titus. I will be Elena.
My name is Avie Kuvare and I will be Elena.
My name is Charlotte Gawami and I'll be the Lena.
I am Monde Mbozi and I'll be Elena.
My name is Abed Ibei Chipanga and I'm gonna be the learner.
Benjamin Matthews and I'm gonna be the learner.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss.
Today we're going to talk about the Treaty of Versailles. But before we do that, we spoke about the causes of the World War I. So, today we're going to talk about the Treaty of Versailles, whereby it consisted of the three main members. Who perhaps knows who the three main members were? Charlotte, can you please tell us who the members were and where they are from?
The three main members of the Treaty of Versailles were George Clemenceau, Woodrow Wilson, and Lloyd George.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Wow. Okay, as Charlotte said, the members were Lloyd George, George Clemenceau, and Woodrow Wilson. Those were the members of the treaty. So today's objections of the lesson are: what were the terms of the treaty and why was the treaty unfair? So, can anyone tell me or perhaps knows what were the terms so I emphasize more? If you guys have any idea? Yes, Abie?
Germany were asked to pay reparations and their military were reduced.
Okay, thank you, Abie. As she said, Germany was forced to pay reparations, and the military was reduced. Those were not the only terms of the treaty. Perhaps there were also some of them. One of them was the War Guilt Clause, whereby Germany was forced to agree that they started the war, although they didn't, as we all know, and I'm gonna explain on that in this lesson of ours.
Yes, miss.
So, the Treaty of Versailles was signed on the 28th of June 1919. These allies signed to team up against Germany. As Charlotte mentioned, that there were Lloyd George, George Clemenceau, and Woodrow Wilson. Please pause. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the aims of the big three. Lloyd George. This guy was from the US. He wanted fairness. He really wanted Germany to be punished, but not too harshly. Then we go to Woodrow Wilson. He was from Britain. He also wanted Germany to be punished, but not as harshly as Clemenceau wanted. Clemenceau wanted Germany to be punished more for the damage they caused on the French land. Okay, as I said, those were the aims for the big three. Each member had their own aims and stuff. So Germany was punished. According to Lloyd George, he wanted to reduce the military. As Charlotte said, the military was reduced to 100,000 men, whereby they were not allowed to have more than 1,000 soldiers. And then reparations. They were forced to pay reparations, and their golden mine was also taken, the coal mine. Sorry for the pronunciation. I don't know it very well. It's written in Deutsch. So, Germans suffered, whereby they also found themselves in hyperinflation that occurred from 1920 to 1924. whereby they printed more money in order for them to pay the reparations they were forced to in order to settle their debts. So, my classroom, who can remember, who knows anything about the reparations that were forced upon Germany? Monday.
Germany had to pay 100,000 marks to the Allies, and they were also not allowed to trade.
Thank you very much, Monday. I can see you guys are listening attentively. So, as I said, one of our objectives were, why was the treaty not fair? The treaty was not fair. It has both sides actually. History, we answer both sides, positive and negative.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me go to the positive side. The treaty was not fair because, as we all know, we did our research. Germany was not the one that started the war first. It was Austria, because used to sabotage the goods that USA and France used to trade in the sea. Thank you for the correction.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, anyways. Okay, as I spoke about the good side, now I want you guys to imagine why was the treaty unfair in the bad side. Abed, please tell us the answer.
Germany had to pay a large amount of reparation to the Allies for a war that dragged on for years, and they paid back half that they missed the cost. They actually cost.
Is that right, miss?
Yes. Okay, as Monde asked if the Abed was right. Yes, he was right. As you said in the beginning, Germany was forced to pay reparations whereby they have to pay 100,000 marks per month and they were not allowed to trade. So yes, that was one of the punishment. So, class, as we can see, we are almost at the end of our lesson, and then I would want to ask questions for recap if you guys were really listening attentively, since only some of the students were participating. So I'm gonna raise the questions like that, and I'm gonna choose anyone at random to answer the questions. So be prepared.
Yes,
in
miss.
the beginning, as we spoke, I said the Treaty of Versailles consisted of 3 members. Who were they? Thomas.
I can remember George Clemenceau, Woodrow Wilson from Britain, and who is that? Roy George from France.
Well done, Thomas. I can see you were listening attentively. So as Thomas said, Lloyd George Clemenceau, and Woodrow Wilson. Those were the members of the Treaty of Versailles. They were called the Big Three. So, my students, you must keep one thing in mind. When it comes to the Treaty of Versailles, you must always answer according to the Big Three individually. You should not answer them in like, for example, one paragraph. You must say their points separately. So, by the end of today's lesson, I'm gonna give you guys homework. By next week, we're gonna write a test about the Treaty of Versailles. So, the homework, you must look on page 360 and 860 and answer all the questions in the activities. So, is there anyone with a question that would like to ask before we end our lesson?
Yes, miss. Okay, miss. Now I have a question. Why do the Allies have to punish Germany itself?
As I said in the beginning, when we spoke about the fairness and unfairness, the Allies believed that Germany was the one that used to sabotage the ships of the US to Austria. But Also, Germany had a revolt with France, whereby Germany wanted to invade Czechoslovakia, and they believed that Germany was the only strong nation standing till that time. Is there anyone with another question?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Miss,
Yes.
what is hyperinflation?
So hyperinflation is an economic crisis that occurred in Germany by the time when the terms were imposed on them by the treaty, whereby they printed more money in order for them to settle their debts. So this is the end of our lesson. Please do not forget to do your homework and be aware next week is a test on Treaty of Versailles. Class dismissed. Thank you.
Miss. School is over.
One more thing, please guys be aware our next topic for the next lesson is the League of Nations and the UN. Please go through that because I do not want anyone to be lost in my lesson like Benjamin and Titus were today.
Yes, miss.
Okay, miss.
And for
Should
the
we read about
record,
it, miss?
yes, for the record, please bring your class attendance. It's very important.
Okay, miss.
Thank you.
Yes, close the windows and be safe. Bye.
Yeah, free my people. Myself and free my people. Babylon is going down. Going down.
We're now in that time. What the